Today no one knows what is climate change outside. They do not know what is happening in Glasgow COP26. Secondly, thanks go to Professor who has been really, guiding us constantly, giving us inputs, and certainly we need people like Professor Purushottam Reddy Garu always. So now coming to the webinars. I had an opportunity to organize 2 webinars. I was facilitating rather, and we have invited people, but in the last minute some of the speakers expressed their inability because of their schedule and all that. First one on 2nd November, role of local governance in climate change. In that we have invited some 7 people. Professor started with his inputs. Every time I listen to Professor, I get one point, at least one new point. Man Telugulo చెప్తుంటాను, at least 2 విషయాలు కొత్తగా చెప్తుంటారు. I am not flattering or saying anything, but he has that immense knowledge. So second one is we had one person by name Satyagopal Reddy who has a lot of experience from grassroots. He shared about his experience in the implementation of NGNR-EGS, how soil and moisture conservation works, then watershed works and other works, grain banks, how they helped in maintaining the ecosystem and all that. So third is Kalakonda Sarpanch Ravindra Reddy. That was very interesting because we invited many Sarpanches, but only 1 or 2 people turned up, but he spoke very well. I was really fascinated by listening to him, and I decided to take it forward further. I'll come to that, what are the takeaways. And he really touched upon all the pertinent points related to local governance and how to address the climate change. And lastly, I am the facilitating person. I also spoke about it. And if I look at the issues that are discussed in this particular session, the main themes were taking a clue from the Article 243G of the Constitution, 73rd, 74th Constitutional Amendments, concomitant state laws, and the powers assigned to the rural local bodies, urban local bodies 29 and 18. We have discussed at a greater detailed fashion, and so many issues were discussed, and we decided that Panchayat should become vanguards of addressing climate change. They should be in the forefront. So, keeping panchayats in the center stage, we have to address the climate change related issues. We have been talking about climate change in Glasgow and New Delhi, but ultimately it has to be implemented at the grassroots level. Therefore, we need to motivate, sensitize, and take the help of the panchayats. Unless we do that, we will not be able to see any particular change. So, we need people. So, one is about manpower, stakeholders, what is the village level, who will be really able to help us in addressing the climate change. And second is about the climate finance that I will come to later regarding the resources. And we have discussed a lot of issues, and briefly I can sum up in saying that we have come to a unanimity in saying that we will come out with 4 action points. One is participatory climate action plan. One thing is participatory climate action plan from below. We need to undertake planning from below, involving all the stakeholders. I mean to say elected representatives, CDOs, CSOs, the self-help groups and people and other stakeholders. And that is one which is very important, a crucial thing. I can say crux of the matter. Planning has to be done from below for addressing the climate change, and they need to arrive at climate action. Second is that in line with the social audit committees in NGNR-EGS, we plan to constitute committees for climate action. Third one is we need to develop the interrelationships between panchayats and the central state governments. And fourth one is panchayat should give a helping hand, become important stakeholders in the implementation of CSCs, that is centrally sponsored schemes implementation. So like this 4 or 5 points, and we have discussed, and one more important thing that we discussed, integration of local plans with that of national state level plans, NAPCC and SAPCC. So briefly, these are the points that we arrived at, and it went on very well. And there were two more people. We invited Captain Karnataka, who was not able to attend, and second is Premchand, who was an activist who was not available on that day. Otherwise, it went on very well. These are some of the takeaways from the first webinar. And the way forward is what we are planning is we want to form a network of all elected representatives, because it will strengthen our hands. Let us form a network of elected representatives in our area, whether it is mandal, district or state or both the Telugu states. Give them a scope, give them a platform. Our center is a platform where they can come and sit, discuss, make use of this place. We can guide them from behind, and they can take the agenda forward. Tomorrow, every April there will be a Panchayat Divas organized by the Government of India in New Delhi. We can take them there. We can give them scope to express their concerns. We can give them some kind of scope to explain their activities, work done in terms of addressing climate change and so on. So that is one thing, network formation, taking them to New Delhi and giving some kind of exposure, building their capacities and so on. That is the one important takeaway. We can take it forward. I am sure the CPR and Professor will accept with me. I appreciate it. And now coming to the second one, on 12th November yesterday we had one more webinar on climate finance. Though we invited half a dozen people, we were able to mobilize 3 people. Pawan Reddy from Delhi, he was caught up in a meeting with the NITI Aayog, he could not come. Second person, Mr. Sudhakar Nayak, he is with Income Tax Department, and he had a video conference, he could not come. Otherwise, we have Professor, we have Ma'am Subuna, Chartered Accountant, and myself. 3 people we discussed about climate finance. And you all know that there were 5 things which were discussed in Glasgow. Of all the 5 things, critical one is climate finance. Unless there is money, nothing can be done. We need people, we need money. First one is about manpower, resources, stakeholders, that is Panchayat at the grassroots level. Second one is critical resource, that is climate finance. So we began with very good introduction and inputs by our professor. Then Ma'am Subuna has introduced a new concept called social impact valuation apart from commercial value. And the third one is myself, I spoke about purely from economist perspective, and it went on very well. We would like to give a small note to Director Earth Center what we discussed, because it was very abstract and sometimes it will go over the heads. That's why I am not able to really give you now. But basically how to mobilize. There were 4 issues we discussed threadbare. One is the definition part. What is climate finance? Even the Glasgow was not able to define what is climate finance, what it forms, what it constitutes. Secondly, source of finance. Is it public, private and other sources? And third one is methodology. There were some methodological problems faced by those people, higher authorities, in accounting rules. Now, what should be the climate finance? What is not climate finance? In that case, they were not able to really come up with some clarity. Finally, commitments made by different countries. Please.
Is there any topic discussed on that about carbon credits?
Yes, we touched upon it, but this is purely on climate finance. Yeah. Yes. So, last one is commitments by the developed countries and developing countries, and what are their commitments, how to meet them, what is the deadline, all that we discussed about it. The way forward is we plan to have a couple of brainstorming sessions in the near future, and invite people related, concerned people, and have brainstorming sessions. At least 2 to 3, bring out a policy note which will be submitted to the Government of India, emphasizing the need for constituting a national level commission on climate change, which was pronounced in the Glasgow. But it will take time. But we need to bring about some kind of pressure on the Government of India so that they can really immediately constitute and its action will begin. Why this? Because countries like Indonesia and Bangladesh, they have created their own fund. We are not able to create our own fund at a national level. We have been talking about multilateral channels, bilateral channels, DFI, private finance. But what about our own contribution? as a government of India, what is it that we need to keep some amount aside and spend it for climate action, which is not really happening. Therefore, this National Commission on Climate Change has to be constituted immediately with relevant people, and for which we will prepare a note and we will submit to the Government of India. That is to begin with in a small way regarding climate finance. There are a couple of other ideas also. They need to be concretized, and these are the two webinars that I facilitated. I think that's all I can. Thank you so much.
Two very important points.
Yeah.